welcome to an episode of Hotkeys podcast where we talk about everything pop culture and random in the world. My name is Mick, and with me as always are you people.
Landon Browning.
Colby.
Oh,
Oh gosh.
Oh.
And David Parker.
I believe it is January 8th.
It's not like we've done this before.
Deja vu.
Today.
Oh, wow.
What?
Well, January 8th. It's the date today.
What did Dumbledore have to say about
Dumbledore
January 8th?
No.
it was something. What do you guys have a Patronus?
I'm caught in time loop. This is just like Deathloop.
Persona.
This is Deathloop, yeah.
Yeah. Deathloop is real.
Yeah. So how you guys doing?
I'm doing amazing.
Yeah.
I've never been better.
Ever?
Ever.
How's your laptop doing?
It's
Yeah,
doing
Landon.
Okay. It's a little struggling. Oh, Colby.
Oh,
Hold up.
I'm going to step aside for a minute. Oh, Colby's destroying my furniture. Dude, this is a visual. Like,
broke it. No.
Colby almost ate it. Like, he just almost ate it.
Ate
on
your
the
couch.
Like, on the hardwood floor.
Ate poop.
So,
Wow.
Like, fell face first.
that would have hurt. I bet he would have had a broken nose if he slammed face first.
Well, he probably would have put his hand out. And
My
held his
question
arm,
is,
so.
who would he have blamed if he broke his nose?
Landon.
Probably me.
No.
You'd be like, why do you buy a couch with the back that moves around?
I mean, that is a good question, though. I don't know why I'd move. I can understand why
For
I'd move back.
storage and moving.
I'm assuming he got
okay,
a work call,
gotcha.
right? And that's why he violently
Yes,
leapt
he got a work
over
call.
or tripped over the back of your couch.
He just felt like doing spontaneous parkour
Okay.
for some reason.
Cool.
But speaking of spontaneous parkour, Dave, you have a hat on.
So do you, Mick.
I was going to say, there's some cool parkour in the Book of Boba Fett episode 1. Like, that's what,
Book of
that's what
Boba
I
Fett?
thought it was.
You guys want to talk about?
I
Book
thought
of
you were going
Boba
to say
Fett?
there's some cool parkour in Deathloop, but you know.
There is, too. Yeah, because...
Nope, the hat.
Okay. All right, let's talk about the hat. What's it look like?
What
Well,
type
there's
of
a
bill
bill
we
on the
talking
front.
about?
It's like kind of, curved because, I don't want to look like a cool person. So
You have the most curved like bills I've ever seen, Dave.
Yep,
like even more than Michael's bills.
Colby.
doesn't Landon curve his bills? Landon,
Not as much.
do your
as
bills
Dave.
curve to the right or to the left?
Landon has a natural curve
A little,
going on.
a little to the left.
Landon has a natural curve. Dave
A little
forces
to the
his
left is
curve.
the most popular.
Did you say I force my curve? I actually do like when I get a hat, I curl it a little bit. That's just it's just
Yours are
habit.
like really.
It's
like,
just
I just let
habit.
the hat do its thing,
Huh.
yeah, yours seems like a more appropriate.
Yeah.
Dave's is
Yeah.
like he's trying to fold.
Yeah,
the hat in half.
Dave looks like yeah, that is true. See, Dave's
Trying to send a letter.
I've never seen one of Dave's hats, and this might be a very, very big insult to Dave. I don't know if I've never seen one of Dave's hats and said, "Oh wow, that's a natural like hat." Like I've always felt like it's
That's
been
an
pressed.
unnatural hat.
I've always felt like it's been pressed
Dave has
until
always-
oblivion.
What,
It
like-
is pressed.
So,
It-
Dave,
yeah.
remember
That's
your
not an
old
insult,
Pro Bowl
though.
hat?
Yeah.
Dave, I mean, basically, like, folded it in half. That hat was, like, destroyed. But you had it for...
I literally had to sew the bill back together because it snapped.
Yeah.
Wow, that's staying
Hats,
hungry right
you
there.
know. But I'm loyal to a hat, so like I just have one hat, and then that's what I wear until basically I can't wear it anymore, and then I get a new hat. So
Nice.
What happened to your... Didn't you have a skull, like, beanie or something?
oh, no, I'm talking about caps.
Punisher.
Sorry, I wear beanies, but I'm talking about baseball caps. this riveting baseball cap conversation. Okay, so Book of Boba Fett, episode 1.
Boba
Sorry to
Fett.
derail. Wait, I didn't derail it.
Hey,
Yeah, I did.
you apologize.
I didn't bring
you
up the
did.
hats. Mick brought up the hats. Hats are
No,
stupid.
It was
Okay,
gonna
Mick,
like
go ahead.
transition to a Deathloop conversation. You're like, oh, look at my hat for my parkour that I
Yeah.
do outside my apartment. All the neighbors gather around. Dave's like,
Like, wow,
Sitting on
he's
the
so
railing.
cool. Look at him with his cool curved hat and jumping and flopping over and falling.
Look how small you are. So, yeah, Book of Boba Fett. I don't think all of us have seen it, though. Dave, you haven't seen it.
Not yet, no. I'll probably watch it tonight with Bree.
I've seen both episodes so far.
I've seen one.
Uno
Yeah.
one.
Colby, how about you?
I've seen nothing because I don't keep up with anything that you guys talk about. Okay.
Thanks, Colby. Yeah, what do you guys think so far?
I thought it was good.
I thought it was good.
I thought the first episode was good. Some good action scenes.
Do you want us to spoil anything, Dave, or do you care?
Yeah, you can talk about whatever you want in the episode.
Okay, Boba Fett dies 10 minutes in.
For me, like,
he
the
trips
episode
and
was-
falls back into the Sarlacc.
Yeah.
It's actually funny because that's happened in the in Legends and in the comics multiple times where he gets out and he at the end of the story falls back in the Sarlacc.
What?
Anyway, go ahead, Will.
It's like the episode's kind of divided into two parts. Like, how did he get out and his journey to kind of back to the surface, if that makes sense, and getting out of what happens after he gets out of the Sarlacc pit, and then the current empire, the beginning of his rule at Tatooine. And I'm way more interested in Tatooine, even though there was way less of the episode. It made me sad, but that's okay.
Current time
Yeah,
Tatooine.
Is the framework of the show kind of almost like he's telling stories of stuff that happened in the past? Is that why it's called the Book of Boba Fett, or why is that the title, I guess?
I don't know why that's the title. Maybe because it's fun to say. Book of Boba Fett. But I will say the second episode does dive into more stuff that's past Tatooine that I actually think is more interesting than what's happening in the present time. And you get some really cool action scenes.
Nice.
Cool set pieces with the second episode.
I'm excited for the second. Is the second episode mostly not flashbacks?
He was
The
saying,
second
he just said
episode
the
is-
opposite.
Yeah, the second episode is mostly flashback,
Oh,
but I think it's better.
I've
thought you
liked
said the
all the
opposite.
in
flashback
the
stuff.
present time.
I
There
don't
is-
like the flashback stuff that much.
I don't. I can see it getting repetitive, and so far it hasn't really been that way for me. But like I said, I think at least for the second episode, the flashback stuff was more interesting.
Okay, because with the first episode, it's he's already here. We know that.
Yeah.
And I'm not super interested in how he's getting out because I don't know how much of it is a game changer. It's what difference does it make how he got out of the Sarlacc pit? Sure, it's cool to see, but it's not going to change anything significant going forward, right?
No, but
I mean,
the
it
second,
could, but
so the second episode dives more into his stuff with Tusken Raiders,
gotcha.
Sand people, whoever you want to call them, those people.
I always found.
What's the politically
Sand-
correct way to refer to
I feel
those
like sand
indigenous
people's kind
peoples?
of derogatory.
But then you say Tusken Raiders.
Go Raiders.
I mean, maybe they own it.
You know what? Call them whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
Whatever
Them?
you want, man.
What do you mean by them?
Those people.
Whoa.
What do you mean?
My favorite scene in the first episode is when the little Tusken Raider takes Boba Fett and what's the creature?
The Greedo creature or
Yeah,
whatever.
the Grodian or whatever.
Oh.
Yeah.
They're out digging in the sand. That's
Yeah.
my favorite part.
Why?
It's funny.
What?
He's like,
Dave's so confused right now, but he won't be in a few hours.
What's
me to free your
I was
bones,
actually
Grody."
curious what Wikipedia had to say, and they are Tusken Raiders, less formally referred to as Sand People or simply as Tuskens.
Tuscan.
Sand people?
But
Tuskens, Raiders.
they don't speak
What?
common tongue, so what do they call their own people in their
They
own
speak.
language? Oh,
That hurt my
man.
throat.
I could tell.
Um,
The last one was a little. Yeah.
But the second episode is great.
Cool.
The one thing I'm liking about this show and Mandalorian too is they're not afraid to pull stuff from Legends, stuff that was basically
Decanonized.
decanonized by Disney when they bought Lucasfilm. And there's tons and tons of stuff that were written about in novels and comics that no longer count as canon, but they're pulling elements from that.
To
Specifically
create,
with these two shows. I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff in there that it still works canonically.
Mhm.
Mainly pulling cool characters. And in the second episode, there's a pretty cool character that shows up that I'm excited to see more of. And he's awesome in the comics. So
Oh boy.
don't want to spoil anything.
Oh
but
boy.
yeah, it's pretty cool.
Is Watto back?
Republic credits. Only money.
Sprouted, huh? Nubian. I love Watto. Chuck Watto.
Is there anything
I'm
we
kinda
love more
surprised
than
that
just
Anakin
like randomly saying quotes?
Huh?
Is there anything we love more than just randomly just saying
No,
quotes?
speaking of quotes, Dumbledore, I
No.
believe.
No,
His
stop.
most famous
Stop.
quotes.
Lamia of Erased, which is just desire backwards.
It's Erised.
Erised.
Uh,
Clearly, I'm not a true fan.
Are we?
Wait, is it really Erised just desire backwards?
Yeah. It's what you desire, but in reverse, because it's a mirror.
It's a mirror. Will looks so disappointed right now
Get it, Harry?
in the caliber of J.K. Rowling's writing.
I'm a clever wizard, aren't I, Harry?
What's that line from like Deadpool 1 or 2? Now that's just lazy writing.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Speaking of Watto, am I the only one that's kind of surprised that Anakin didn't kill Watto when he went back?
No, because Anakin at that time wasn't like evil yet.
Evil.
I mean, if Watto like, kidnapped his mom, then yeah, he probably would have killed him and his
Evil.
woman and his children too. But
I guess he was a Jedi at the time when he came back, right? Because that was in episode 2.
That's before he
Episode
killed
two.
all the Tusken Raiders.
Because we don't see
Sand people.
Tuskens. we don't see Watto in episode 3, right?
Yeah.
Dude,
No.
what is the fate of Watto? What happens to him?
I feel like Anakin, I bet Darth Vader goes back and kills him, like, at some point. Because, like, technically, I mean, like, he did enslave, you know what I mean? Like, he sold.
I mean,
I
that
feel
is
like he was
true.
just
He was
misunderstood.
the slaver of Anakin
Yeah.
and his mom.
You just come back with that? Like, the
Welcome,
slave drive was really misunderstood.
welcome back to the podcast, Colby.
Thank you. Sorry, I had to take a work phone call. All is good.
You almost
Okay,
killed
all's
yourself getting away.
I forgot your couch is full like that.
Yes, he pushed off, and then, like, you almost
Ate it.
Kind of funny, but, like,
Dude, the noise it would have made you hitting the hardwood floor.
That
We
probably
would have
would've,
laughed
like,
so
head first.
hard.
It would have been on the podcast too. You guys could have listened to it whenever you want.
I would have
Yeah.
gone.
Dude, I was on the phone in the other room, and like I hear Mick's like seal voice echo.
Hey, Tuscan Raider,
Whoa,
man.
whoa.
Jeez, you're calling them seals?
You can't just
Wow.
compare them
Wow.
to
Sound like a
animals,
seal.
Colby.
Nah.
You try.
Oh gosh. Okay.
wow.
You said so many
Is
offensive
that-
things
is that-
in that one
Yeah,
phrase.
is that the equivalent of like doing a really poor accent? Like,
No,
I think so.
it's not equivalent at all.
I think it is,
Wrong.
right?
Nope.
In the
Not the
world
same.
of Star Wars. I mean, it's a
I
fake
did a good accent.
language and a fake people's. So.
Hello there. That's bad accent.
but
Is that like a Minnesota Obi-Wan?
Hello there.
Hello there.
that's like your
Hi, y'all.
Walmart action figure, like when you pull the string.
Hello there.
Ewan McGregor from Fargo, season 3.
Which one? Which Ewan McGregor?
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, we were talking about Book of Boba Fett.
Okay.
Did you watch Book of Boba Fett?
No, not yet.
Did you watch anything?
I'm gonna start WandaVision this weekend. I think
Whoa.
that's only so I can understand the new Doctor Strange.
I guess that's fair, I suppose.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't have time to watch things. I'm gonna start. I want to go. Never mind. I don't want to say like something that I want to do, like start watching a bunch of stuff and then just never get to it, and then you guys can clown on me for it.
Oh, we're going to clown on you regardless. You might as well speak.
Yeah, we'll clown on this moment about you not talking. About you not talking.
I want to go through and watch all of like the Marvel movies again
You're
in
never gonna
chronological
do that.
order.
See, that's such a time commitment.
I know-
though.
I know,
That's
but, like, if
such
I-
a time commitment,
if
and they're
I
not
just do-
worth watching again.
If I just do one a week,
All of them?
No, I wouldn't say all of them. There's some that are like,
Well, I can skip,
okay,
so
I've
I'm not-
seen it.
I'm not
and-
gonna
Let's see.
watch.
Iron Man.
Yeah,
Iron Man's good.
Yes.
yeah.
Incredible Hulk.
Skip.
You could probably skip.
Are you going to go through every single MCU movie?
Yes.
Oh, no,
Iron Man
please.
2. Iron Man 2.
Skip.
No, I feel like I'm gonna rewatch it.
Okay, can I just say in Colby's defense, like it's not that huge of a time commitment if he spaces it out, and like it's okay to watch a bad movie to like in the context of this universe.
How
if that's
many
what he wants
MCU
to do.
movies are there?
Thank you.
30?
Thank you.
25.
If I do,
If he watches one a week or two a week, that's not a
Yeah.
huge commitment.
Are you going to do that?
Oh, okay.
I want.
He said he
try.
wants to.
It just depends on
That's
how
going
long.
to do
That's
it.
my
depends
New
on-
Year's
I know you want.
resolution.
I know you want to try.
When do you want to have it done by? Like this end of this year? Then that's not unreasonable. But
He doesn't have to give himself like a
goal,
like a deadline. It's just watching TV.
My
I don't-
deadline.
I'm
My
sorry.
deadline is
I just don't work
February
well without deadlines.
27th.
I don't work well without deadlines.
This is not work,
I have a
Will.
deadline.
Will, this
If
is
you don't
not
get it,
work.
if you don't get
This
it
is
done
leisure.
in time, your TV explodes. And then I pop in and go,
You know, we
Well,
can
it's like-
keep Colby accountable and be like, hey, what did Thor say at 2/3 of the way through the Dark World when he was talking to?
oh gosh, that is a skip. That movie sucks.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
I can't remember what happens in that movie.
That has the
neither. That's
red,
why I need to
Something
the
about
red stone,
elves.
the aether, right?
Dark elves.
And like a liquid stone that's like goes into Natalie Portman or something like that.
What?
Landon says he'll watch
Yeah,
it
I
again.
might watch that one.
But yeah, there's some skips in there for sure.
Yeah.
All the Captain Americas are pretty good.
Yeah, you could. I think.
Skip Captain Marvel though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I never watched it to begin with.
I wish that I
Terrible.
could go back.
it is terrible,
It's
but
awful.
Brie Larson.
Doesn't make up for it.
That's true.
No, not even close.
It's got a B-list villain, Jude Law.
Oh no! Wait, the villain is B-list or the actor? Both.
Both.
According to Landon.
Actually, the villain might be C-list.
The villain is so bad. Like,
Who is the villain? What's his moniker or his name?
I don't know.
Is that you?
Yeah, I had a gurgle. Sorry.
It's like baby Tuscan Raider speed.
Colby is our baby Tuscan Raider, right?
Thank you.
Okay.
Wait, somebody's gonna kill me.
Yeah, you're not even safe.
I saw you looking.
It
Dude,
looked back at me.
Will just stretched and like his belly button and Mick were just like
It looked like the
stare down.
Sarlacc pit.
That's so rude.
Boba Fett crawling out of there. Wait, you mean it has teeth?
What the heck? Did you just call my stomach the Sarlacc pit?
No, I called your belly button the
That's
Sarlacc
also rude.
No,
Why
it's
is it
not.
the Sarlacc pit?
pit. Dude, because it's a hole.
And it's in context to what we already were talking to earlier in
Yeah.
the show. Well,
Dude, I'm so self-conscious.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Okay, guys, let's think of the best looking hole and tell him that his belly button looks like that.
you're like the mouth of
What?
the dune worm. It's like the mouth of the dune worms. Will there
Oh,
you go?
thanks, Dave.
The makers.
that's-
Oh, don't bring up that trash ass movie.
It's like a whale's blowhole. Will
Thank you.
that's way worse than Sarlacc pit.
Well, like, if you've seen the Book of Boba Fett, you know what the inside of the Sarlacc pit looks like.
Book of Boba Fett. That's pretty accurate to the inside of your stomach. There's acid in there.
Fair enough. You know what?
And
I'm sorry for
Dead
freaking out.
stormtroopers.
I'm sorry. My bad.
Will's eating
Little Lego
action figures.
stormtroopers.
Wait, he's right.
There's one
Does that
Boba
mean,
Fett
like-
in there trying to crawl out.
it's like stuck in his throat.
Wait, so how does Boba Fett escape? Do they show it in episode 1?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
show it.
They do.
Does he just crawl out or escape out?
No,
or
you should
something?
watch it. You know?
You should, yeah. You'll see.
For
You'll see.
being one of your most favorite characters of all time, you should probably watch the show.
I will watch it.
Probably
No,
should.
Dave's really busy. So
I understand that. Dave,
I wanted to
you
watch it
time
with
crunch?
Brie. I wanted to watch it with Brie.
Does she want to watch it with you, though?
Yeah.
like I said, Dave's a very busy guy.
Anyway, so far the show's been pretty good.
Cool.
Cool.
Let's see. You guys didn't get a chance to talk about Spider-Man.
Okay.
And I'm not going to give you the chance.
He was going to give you the floor, but no longer.
Not anymore.
The new Spider-Man film is amazing.
That makes me sad.
Is it spectacular also?
It's ultimate.
It is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
ultimate.
It is so good.
No,
I would
no,
say
that's
It's
not one of them.
superior. Yeah.
I give it.
It's $20.99.
I think that's like the only movie I'll give. a 10 out of 10.
How come Michael and I are the only ones laughing at this?
Yeah, because you and I are the only ones that know.
It's a
No.
comic, right? Like, what?
Okay, Landon knows too.
Spider-Man 2099. It's a comic book.
Sounds like a comic.
How was the movie, guys?
10 out of 10. Very cool.
9 out of 10. Really
I'd probably give it a 9. I have any gripe I have with it is so inconsequential.
I didn't have
It's
any.
not even really worth bringing up.
What did you like about it, Landon?
I loved
watching it.
like everything. Like the emotional stakes felt real.
Yeah.
The character, like the
We are in full spoilers, by the way.
the respect for like the previous films was like out of the park. It wasn't cheesy. Them bringing like we said spoilers. They bring all the villains back, or most of the premier
A lot of
villains from
them.
the other films,
A huge
and
percentage.
they bring back Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire.
Yep.
And the subtle nods to like those films were so special. Like the moment like when Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, like we all universally pretty much hate the Amazing Spider-Man 2. Like it's not a great film.
And the
Right.
first one.
And the first
I think they're both terrible films.
I know. Yeah, I know where you're going with this because
But they save like that movie almost in a way where like that scene where Andrew Garfield catches MJ.
Yeah.
I choked up at that scene. Like I was pretty much crying.
Well, I think Dave put it really well when he said that this movie kind of justifies the existence of the Amazing Spider-Man 2.
because
Yeah.
I like that whole storyline of like Gwen Stacy dying because it's so pivotal to Peter Parker as a character in the comics, and they like really messed it up in that second movie. But then what I said last week was or 2 weeks ago, that scene I think actually is my favorite scene in the entire film. Him saving her at the end,
Yeah.
just because of everything building up to it and how much there was like how much it meant as for a character for him, but also like not just for that Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, but for like every Spider-Man essentially, like in the history of Spider-Man. I just thought it was like a super. I thought it was my favorite part of the movie. Like,
yeah. It's the best scene.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so too. Which is saying a lot because
yeah.
I think this movie has so many great scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what else?
I love the part. I like when Tobey Maguire Spider-Man gets to talk to Doc Ock briefly.
Yeah.
Like, he's like,
Trying to
Peter,
do
like,
better.
yeah. It's like such a like good like
Yeah.
like it's one of, like you watch it and you're like, I just want to like. It was so perfect. Like just like all three of the Spider-Man being together, like talking about different things. Like
Mhm.
it made me want. I'm like, oh, could they do an Amazing Spider-Man 3 movie now,
I think that they could do
or a Tobey
an
Maguire?
Amazing Spider-Man 3 and a Spider-Man 4.
And I want that.
I think
I want to
everybody
see those
wants
characters
it.
again.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and I think it goes to show. I don't think, like I said, the Amazing Spider-Man movie is not great, but I don't think that was Andrew Garfield's fault. That was definitely
No,
like
yeah,
No.
writing and
Writing.
Sony just trying to make money.
characters,
Like they were
yeah.
just So to get to have a Peter like a Tobey Maguire like an older Spider-Man like in his 40s like tail end of his
Yeah.
that'd be so cool. Yeah,
It would be a good writing opportunity.
And then I mean William Dafoe back as Green Goblin. He's
Oh my God.
he's so
He was the
stinking
best-
good.
he was the
He's
best part of
so
the movie.
good.
I
Like,
think
He's
he was the
he's
best part of
already
the
my
movie.
like favorite Spider-Man villain.
yeah, like the
And then
scene like
so creepy.
He's kind of the main villain of the entire film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He pretty much is the main villain of the entire film,
Yeah.
which is awesome.
getting to see his like flipping back and forth from like the scene when like they cure Doc Ock and then they're in the apartment and then his spider sense starts going off and he's
Yeah.
having to try to figure out which one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that scene's so good. And then when he's fighting him in the apartment.
Oh
building,
gosh,
and,
it's such a
They're,
brutal
like going
fight.
through the floor.
what's his like
Yeah.
line?
Strong
He's like
enough
he's
to like
strong enough to want it all or whatever. He's like
to have it all, too weak to take it.
Yeah, and it's like
And just punch it.
yeah, their fights are great. And then I just love their final fight after they've taken on all the
Oh,
other villains
gosh.
and they're just on the
This
They're
shield.
just on the
Captain
shield,
America
Yeah.
and
shield.
it's not a very most Spider-Man fights are very vertical and like
Right.
and it's just them just going at it and he's just beating him to like a a pulp
Wailing
and
on
like
him,
and then having Tobey Maguire be the one to stop him with the glider.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
oh dude, like
Yeah.
I'm getting like choked up, just like oh it's so good.
Yeah, I think what Dave and I were talking last episode, I think that it was such a hard thing to do, but they gave each Spider-Man like a awesome moment without betraying like their portrayal of their own Spider-Man
Yeah,
and Peter
yeah.
Parker. And to me, that just seems like so difficult to do. But I think that they pulled it off really like as best.
Oh, they
as
nailed
they
it.
could. Yeah. What about you, Will?
I mean, I share the same opinions as you all pretty much on this. Like, I don't know.
We
there's
have to
much
have a
more I can
dissenting
add.
opinion. And since
Dude,
you're the
have
last
an
to speak,
original idea.
Yeah, it's up to you.
You wish Dr. Connors was in it more. Because those-
Poor
He was
Peter Parker.
He was the weakest.
I wanted Harry
Lord.
Osborn's new Goblin.
Snowboarding.
buddy,
in on
oh
his-
my Pete, old buddy, old friend, old pal.
I'm coming, old buddy, old pal.
I haven't watched that.
How it should have ended.
Yes, I haven't watched how Spider-Man 3 should have been in such a long time, but that is such a funny movie or such a funny clip, and it really just destroys like any of Spider-Man 3 that like you could have liked because it just
So not much.
not to like crap on
Movie's-
Spider-Man 3,
the
but
movie's
gosh
great.
dang,
It's a
whoever
great
likes
film.
Spider-Man
It's a great
3,
film.
you know.
It's a great film.
I thought, yeah, as far as like No Way Home, it's like I thought it was super character focused, and that's like it really like for the multiverse. I was worried they're going to get bogged down and like, oh, we have to like focus like kind of the Spider-Man 3 problem where you have to focus on like 3 to 4 different villains, but they're actually not like because they're already established. So
Yeah.
you don't have to spend much time focusing on them.
Mhm.
They just have little moments now and then, and it's still very much Tom Holland's movie, which is awesome.
Yeah, for as big of a story as it is, it's still a Peter Parker story, even more than a Spider-Man.
Which
story.
blows my mind that they pulled it off.
Yeah.
That it's just that character focus, which makes me a happy person.
Yeah. And it's just like, it's one of those, like, he kind of loses in the
Yeah.
end.
Yeah.
Like, he kind of, it's kind of this, like, he kind of somewhat makes a somewhat selfish decision at the start of the film. And it causes all these problems, and he has to own it at the end. And there's not some,
Magic cure-all.
magic cure-all or whatever. He just kind of has to accept that. And then
Yeah.
hopefully, I'm sure they'll probably try to erase. I'm hoping they don't try to fix it.
I hope they stick to their guns at least for the next trilogy.
Yeah.
I mean, I think
yeah.
they'll stick to it because it gives them opportunity for Peter to like have these new beginnings with all these characters and stuff.
Yeah, it sounds cruel, but a big part of the character of Spider-Man and Peter Parker is his personal life sucks.
He's
Like,
just
yeah.
always down
it's
on his
hard.
luck.
Yeah, he not a lot of money, hard with girls. You know, he's a broke college guy that's trying to be a superhero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to me, that's like a big part of his character that you can't really ignore, and
Yep.
it's really obvious when it's not there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that moving forward, it's going to be really good.
Yeah, I'm excited. It was yeah, I had high expectations. Like I hadn't watched many of the trailers, but like just Spider-Man in general I like.
Yeah.
So I had
Yeah.
high expectations, and it blew like my expectations got blown out of the water. It was like, wow.
What about you, Colby?
What?
Your name is Colby. What about you?
Okay. Are you asking me like what?
Colby
I thought
looks
of
so
the movie?
scared
Yeah,
that you were
like,
that you were asking him a question.
Yeah.
well,
I'm not ready.
Well, like that's not like a clear cut question. What are you asking?
What do you think about the movie?
Oh, in general? or like, are we still talking about like a certain scene?
Whatever you
About
want.
whatever you want.
Yeah, I like the movie.
Oh my gosh.
I give it a 10 out of 10.
Okay, Landon, say whatever you want to Colby.
Colby.
No, like,
I think
like,
you are a
no, like you said, like Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield both had like redemption arcs, basically. But it didn't take away from the fact that it is Peter Parker's, like Tom Holland's film.
Yeah.
Spider-Man 1.
And then what?
Spider-Man 1.
Yeah, Spider-Man 1.
Spider-Man 3.
Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, and honestly, like I guess Andrew Garfield was always like my least favorite Spider-Man.
I think that's probably
now-
universally held, right, by
And-
all of us. That opinion.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, and now I actually like kind of like him. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
him as a Spider-Man character. Like that movie just kind of like brought him back to life in my eyes. And now, like you guys said, like I would totally watch Amazing Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, this was the first movie that I liked his portrayal of Spider-Man and as Peter Parker.
Mhm.
And the other two movies, it never clicked with me.
I never minded him. I haven't seen those movies in a long time. My problem was always the other stuff around him.
Yeah.
You didn't like him skateboarding and stuff.
Oh my god.
Him like messing with the ball, like the basketball, like whoa.
Any basketball scene in a superhero movie is just a terrible idea. It just never works out. It's so bad.
Yeah, that's true.
Stay away from it.
I'll stand with Michael on that one.
Wait, what are other
Yeah, what
notable
other one are you
basketball
thinking of?
scenes from superhero movies?
Catwoman.
I've never watched that movie, but
That-
I think I've seen that clip. It's like
Is she like batting the
Yeah.
ball like it's like a cat
She's
playing
like,
with the ball?
all fours. No, it's just like, oh, you're a superhero, so you're immediately amazing at sports. Like it's that type of mentality of like, I don't think these writers really understand superheroes or the origin of the character. So just stuff like that where it's like, okay, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like a scene from Teen Werewolf. When he's just like dribbling and dunking on everybody.
Isn't it Teen Wolf?
Or Teen, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Teen,
I almost seen Teen Wolf. and I thought,
Teen Werewolf just sounds
It
ridiculous.
does sound a bit.
Teen Werewolf sounds like a TNT like teen drama show.
or on like it's on AMC Plus.
Or CW.
Oh, CW.
show.
Yeah.
wasn't there a CW Teen Wolf show?
I don't know if it was a CW show, but there was a Teen Wolf show.
CW. What do you? Sorry to like pivot topics. What do you think of the Flash rumors?
With the Snyderverse?
Yes, so there's a massive rumor going around that the Flash is going to completely erase the Snyderverse.
I think it's just that it's a rumor. It didn't come from anything official. So
Gotcha.
I mean,
Is the
If they-
Flash about to be my hero?
if they do it, that would kind of suck. But from the sounds of it, it sounds like it's Ben Affleck's last role as Batman. So
Gotcha.
who knows? I
just
guess we'll see.
just give me the Robert Pattinson Batman.
Oh,
That's all
I'm
I'm
that's all I
so
want.
excited.
So
I haven't watched
movie.
the new trailer.
I've seen the new
I'm
trailer.
not gonna
It's
watch
pretty
it. I haven't
cool.
seen either of the new ones.
Yeah.
'Cause there's been 3, right?
There's 3.
The
I watched the
Uh,
first one that came out a long time ago.
Oh, there's one. It didn't play before Spider-Man.
No.
Oh, mine did.
I actually think I would walk out if they were started playing that. I don't want to see it. I don't
I
want to see the
watched
trailer
Yeah,
for it.
it's
It's really good.
it looks amazing.
It looks pretty dang good.
I
I
don't
couldn't help myself but watch the.
I'm trying to keep my expectations like normal, but like Batman.
Are you going to be
Begins
able to
is
do that since you've seen the
No, I'm
like
not.
the first trailer like
I'm not.
bajillion times?
Batman Begins is my favorite Batman movie, and I feel like this has a really good chance of taking that top spot. Yeah. And that's just around the corner. It's March 4th, I
I
believe.
know.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
A birthday present to you, a new
Or a
Batman
birthday
movie.
present, yeah. I like it. I like it a lot.
Oh man,
So what else has been going on with you guys? Watching stuff, playing stuff?
Dave and I finished Deathloop, which is a.
well, I've not finished
Very
it. I'm set
hard
up so
to-
like I can complete the loop now.
Oh, are you on like the last mission? It's called like the perfect day or something like that.
Yeah, so I have everything set up
Okay.
so I can kill all the visionaries in one loop.
Murder.
So I don't know
You're
how much.
basically. Yeah, I mean you're pretty much at the end.
Landon, you're gonna play Deathloop, right?
Yeah,
Someday.
I'm gonna play it.
Okay.
Do you have it,
I do. I bought it.
dude? Why do you buy games you're not gonna play?
It was on sale.
That doesn't mean you have to buy it.
Well, I was like, I'll buy it and then I'll play it in a year or 2.
How many games in your library do you have that you haven't touched?
Oh, so many. But I'm basically done with that now. Now that I have enough.
But isn't that what everyone always says? Like
Can't
they're
wait to
like,
Yeah, but
Pressure
I'm
you 2
actually
months to
no.
buy
I'm actually.
Elden Ring.
I don't think I will not be buying Elden Ring unless it's like $10 or $15 probably.
Well, the new Horizon is coming out, I think, in February, right?
That would maybe be the next one I buy, but like I probably won't even buy that at launch. If I do, it's just for the Steelbook, and then I'll probably play it.
The Last of Us remake is supposed to come out this year. That's what it's rumored. It's rumored to be pretty much finished. So, and it looks like it's going to be like the full power.
wasn't
of
it
the
already
PS5.
remastered? They're doing a remake of it.
Right, but they're doing the rumor is that like their schedule lined up so that like their teams wouldn't, a certain team wouldn't be doing anything for a couple years, So they just decided, hey, we'll just make a Last of Us remake really quick.
So it's not a
Real quick.
remaster. It's
Not a remaster. It's a remake.
So is The
So,
Last of
what's
Us
the
like
difference?
like the new Skyrim or something?
What's
Like
the difference between a
Maybe.
remaster and a
I don't know.
the
Just, like,
difference is a remaster is like putting a brand new filter over it.
Yeah.
A remake is like remaking the
Oh, okay.
Like
just
put
with newer
things from the
Right,
ground
right,
up,
yeah.
pretty much.
what were the
Okay.
new GTA games called? GTA were those called remastered or called remakes? Because I've heard that they are
were
neither.
called- I think they were called a remaster.
They look terrible.
Yeah.
They look
It's
so
definitive.
I think they look
I
worse
think
than
they-
Are we
Yeah.
done with GTA
Well,
altogether?
I'm done with GTA.
Oh gosh.
Not
yeah,
even
we could
just
talk
mine.
about
Yeah,
that.
oh.
But they put it through like an automatic programming thing where it like it's something about decreasing the number of they did some weird things where it's like it decreases the number of polygons or increases the number of polygons or something like that, and it gets some really weird results, like something that is shaped that should be like a bolt, like a typical bolt in on a shop. It's a circle now.
Do you mean a nut?
Because a nut, yeah. It's something like that. It's like a complete whole donut now because of like the way that they put it,
I like
like this
donuts.
through this program or this coding,
I like
like to
nuts.
make like as like a general like it's like they put like a sheet of like new over the entire game and called it good.
Yeah.
That's what it basically was.
It
And
just it looked so bad.
did you see the footage of the rain?
Yeah.
That was so bad.
No, I didn't.
Oh, it's so bad.
it
It's
can rain
unplayable.
underwater if you're in the ocean.
Yeah.
Like the
And
rain
it's-
goes through.
And it's
Like-
unplayable, borderline unplayable, because you can't see anything.
They also pulled, I think, because they originally had like the HD collection of those games, and I don't think you can buy those anymore, right? Didn't
Nope,
they
they
pull
pulled them. They
those? So
pulled
now
them
the
from the
only
store.
They
versions
pulled
you
them
can
from
buy.
everything but PC. So due to
so messed
backlash,
up.
they put them back on Steam, but not
they did?
anywhere else.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
so they took them off PS.
so the other
PS4,
thing
I
about
think.
GTA,
So,
we
no.
usually we go through phases of like playing playlist where we have all these game modes, online game modes that we could play. So oftentimes we would do racing and things that are like kind of like King of the Hill sort of modes or adversary modes where you have two teams and you try to pit yourself against the other team. And so we were going to do one of these the other night. Was it New Year's Eve or something? Or no? When was it?
It was
New Year's Day.
New Year's Day.
Yeah,
New
we were
Year's
gonna do
Day.
a New Year's Day playlist, like to ring in the new year. And I start up to make a playlist, and then I realized that like 90% of the game modes that we play had been like I couldn't find them. So I start searching online, and it turns out Rockstar just removed them from the game. They just pulled them out, so you can't play
For
them
no reason.
anymore. Their reason was to make room for new content in the future.
How about they just make a new game, right?
Yeah.
It's been 9 years.
So
I mean, they made Red Dead too.
So we kind of like the thing that we
Yeah.
liked doing in that game was now removed, and now we
I
probably won't
deleted
be
it
playing
from my
anymore.
PlayStation. Yeah,
I don't know.
Races are still in there. Well, some races they took out like RC races, Mick. So you'd be glad, but
Oh,
they didn't.
good for them.
But they took out like the EC races, all the like the special car races. Those are all gone. Yeah, they.
why would they do this?
I
just don't understand. It doesn't like
probably because it wasn't making them money. Will it wasn't making them money, and it was taking up
So they
very
punished us?
valuable server space.
I'm so mad.
I know.
I hate
Yeah,
Rockstar.
me too.
I hate.
And also
Rockstar.
another thing with Rockstar that sucks, like for their games going forward, is their like lead writer that like wrote Red Dead Redemption 2 and Grand Theft Auto 5, and I think Red Dead Redemption 1 that like has left the company, so he doesn't.
Did he
work
go
there
somewhere
anymore.
else or start his own, or is he just
He
retired?
started his own company, I believe. The Hauser brothers or whatever, the two brothers that wrote most of the stories,
Oh,
they both,
yeah.
I believe, left.
I was gonna say Naughty Dog should pick him up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the
Yeah.
writing in Last of Us 2 is
Naughty
just
Dog-
garbage.
They need better writing. I mean, am I right?
Well, Naughty Dog does have good writers.
I was joking.
It's just
And that
even
story,
good
no-
writers miss sometimes.
No, they didn't miss. It was a great story. If you didn't get it, you're a bad person.
Forrest Whitaker was the best character.
Stop! Please stop! Oh, please stop!
Sorry, I meant Sam Jackson.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, I mean, GTA is like, it's. I mean, I always kind of hated GTA, but now I like really just like I
Same,
don't
like
care.
I don't know.
anymore.
It was our just load up, have a silly goose time kind of game.
Yeah, I always loved doing like playing sumo. That was my favorite game mode, and it was such a simple game. You can like hop in. It's just you bash cars into each other, and then you play another mode.
Like, if you were having a bad day at work, or just in general, you would load up GTA with your friends,
and then get mad at your friends,
and then get in a really big argument over something really small. And now we don't have that.
Yeah, there was always just the joy of like watching the screen go from like 8 players in the party to like 7.
I'm leaving.
Yes, like,
oh, Jordan left again, or Will left again.
Oliver's driving the wrong way on purpose.
Mick's not talking. Oh
People get
man.
angry.
Oh,
So we've been trying to like find.
The last time I played GTA, there was like a big fight over nothing, and the plan was to go to dinner afterwards, and I just bailed because I couldn't deal with like the toxicity.
Well, that was.
And then I went and hung out with like.
you were being like classic Colby.
I heard that dinner actually went really well.
Yeah, it was actually really.
It was like a
I
fun
had a
dinner.
pretty good night too.
Yeah,
Went to a baseball game.
Oh, that's right.
yeah, you bailed on us.
Yeah, you abandoned your close friends.
It was
Go to the other friend group.
Yeah.
August 7th.
It's like he's.
Yeah, see, you're weird. Like Colby remembers. He marks on his calendars. He's like,
It was a
"Oh,
Saturday."
This is when I went to my other friend group.
I don't have a calendar. I just think, Landon. Think.
You have one on your phone.
So
Yeah,
definitely.
you do have. Yeah,
Well, so we've been trying to find like replacements for this game. So if anyone knows a good multiplayer replacement that supports wildly different sized groups of people playing together, but it's not too intense, let us know. Because that's
And
part
it
of the
supports
like
multiple different game types, and you never get bored of it.
yeah, like we've been playing Worms.
I got bored of GTA very fast, actually.
Well, I mean, but there's enough variety in the game types, and it's not like that's all we played. But it fit this certain type of like, there's
Felt like it.
6 or 8 of us, and we want to do kind of these like random different things all together in a game, and we could do that. And now we really can't. Like
It was taken from us.
It was taken from us by corporate
evil
America.
empire rock star.
No, I need Landon to go off. I need Landon to go off on just like the capitalist mindset of
corporate
Rockstar.
greed of Rockstar.
Yeah, the greed.
Terrible
Landon's like
practices.
Landon's like Rockstar teamed up with the mouse in Disney.
Probably, I could see it.
They're in cahoots.
The greatest crossover of all time.
I'd do it like a Rockstar ride, like a GTA 5 roller coaster.
Trevor.
Oh gosh.
So we've been playing Worms, but only 4 people can play that, and that's just combat. Like,
And Dave wins every time. So it's
I don't
No,
really
no,
like
I
playing
haven't, man.
Worms.
I almost had like a 1v8 comeback against Dave. Like,
Worms is like a
I choked at the last
2017
second.
game.
it was 1v6, and you lost. Thank goodness.
You know what I mean?
No.
I feel like you can.
What did you say, Colby?
I said Worms is like a 2017 game. Like we can't double back on that.
Why?
I'm past.
What are you
it.
talking
Why?
about? You can always revisit old
Siege
games
is a
that were fun.
2015 game.
Yeah.
I don't play that either,
GTA was a
We
2013
played
game.
it like 2 weeks ago.
and I didn't have fun.
See, for me, for
Rock.
me and
Oh, wait, what
Dave-
about Rocket League? How old is
I
that?
love Rocket League.
Oh,
14,
Siege 2014.
Yeah,
I got it
Siege.
with my PS4.
Yeah, Colby, what a
I'm not-
stupid thing to say.
I don't.
Maybe
I'm not even saying
2015.
like. I'm not even saying that Worms came out
you're
in
back
2017. I'm
You're
just saying
backpedaling.
like when I think of Worms, I think of 2017. I'm past that.
Like, you guys, you have these weird rules.
So when are you gonna get past like your toxic behavior? Because
I don't understand.
Yeah, because
Play
we're
a
trying
game
to play
for fun
Worms,
with friends.
and Colby's trying to get people not to play Worms. Like,
You guys
That's
can
what
play
he does.
Worms, but I'm not going to play.
no, you were trying to get people to play other games with you instead. You're trying to pull people from
Jordan-
Worms.
Jordan was waiting for us to play First Class Trouble, and so I
Will?
joined his lobby.
First Class Trouble is a 21 game.
Yeah, this is 2022, freak. Will, come back. Will, are you just confused or are you upset at Colby?
At me,
I'm not upset at Colby. I just don't understand like why we can't like all try new things and try
not
different
new. It's not
games. But like we haven't played Worms in forever.
I don't
and,
really want to.
Like what? like
it's only 4 players. Like 4 people can play that game, but I don't want to.
we had 3 that were.
Yeah, we
like,
had 3 people and we needed a 4th.
and Jordan didn't want to play either, and so it was like, oh yeah, we need a 4th. It's like why can't you just be like, you know what, like what? I'll just like
There was
like,
6
like,
of us in a party.
It's like
or
it's
5.
like
There was
seeing new
5 of
food
us.
and being like, or seeing food you tried and you're like, that's so 2017. I don't want to try that anymore.
There
It's
was
like
there was 5 of us in a party, Worms is a 4-player game.
Wasn't I cooking at the
Yeah,
time?
he was
Like,
cooking
could
at
have
the
been
time.
the fourth person. Like,
Jordan didn't want to play either. Like, I maybe I'm in the wrong for thinking that I don't feel like I have to play game because you guys want me to.
And
Yeah,
no,
you're wrong.
like
you have to play games. That, people
like
want you
and
to.
that's not what we're saying. It's just that like it feels like, and you're not the only one that I'm frustrated with about like playing games. Like I'm frustrated with Landon also because he's like,
what?
Because he's like, I'm not trying that. I'm like, you want to like
Yeah,
just
Landon won't
download
try
a
the
game or
Knockout
two, and
City.
he's like,
He
nope,
won't play Knockout
nope,
City
not
with
trying
us.
it. Nope. And I'm like, dude, like we're not gonna find a new freaking game if we don't try things. We're gonna be playing First Class Trouble till the day we die.
Yes.
It's gonna suck
You
ass.
say that- you
it's
say-
gonna suck ass.
I'm already
because
getting
we're
burned
always
out.
yelling at each other.
I'm already getting burned out on First Class Trouble.
Exactly. So let's try new games and try games that we already played. Okay? It's not that hard, guys.
I don't know. It really never gets old, like letting go of the airlock. Like, and then the person be like, "Oh, okay."
How about
Like-
how about GTA 4?
Oh, good point.
Yeah,
The original
those
GTA
servers are still
Online.
up, right?
We can still play Grand Theft Auto 5 and just
No.
not do playlists and just run around and kill each other.
No.
It gets
I'd rather
boring.
play Red Dead and run around and kill each other.
Me too.
Honestly,
Kill
like
some-
honestly,
kill
because
some
it's,
deer hunters.
at least it's new. I've been driving around GTA killing people and getting killed by people for years.
Still a sore spot.
That was a weird night.
I think I still
It
have.
was me-
I think I still
Dave
have Red
got
Dead
so
installed.
mad at
I
you.
don't think I ever uninstalled
It was me, you, and Dave
I
that were
also
playing,
yeah.
have
right?
Red Dead installed.
Dave
He,
got-
he like wouldn't talk to me.
Dave got so mad at me.
Wasn't it funny? It was funny because like he kept trying to kill me. I think I like went 13. I think it was like a 13-1 run, and then Dave killed me. He's like, "All right, I'm getting off now." And I'm like, "Dude, like I killed you 13 times
No,
in a row."
this is false. This is fake.
That's not. No, you were there. You
I was
remember
there.
that. You remember that. Yeah. This is Dave. Yeah, like
It's
I killed
totally
the
in
deer
character
hunter.
for Michael to lie about this with
No,
you.
but
So
it's-
you know.
what?
Oh, Dave.
that
But-
Okay.
wow, now you're diverting. Like
Dave's like, no, I want to fight with Mick.
Nick and
killed
I
the
haven't
deer
fought
hunter.
fought
My
enough
favorite
in the
thing-
last
hold on,
month.
hold
So.
on.
Dave's like,
I want to tell the
"Stand
story.
distraction, run
I-
away."
You have
I-
told the story
'Cause I'm
on the
too
podcast
much
before,
of a
Landon.
wimp.
I killed the deer hunter in
Dave
cold
was the-
blood.
Dave was the
It was
first
funny.
person to call me
And then
the
Dave
Video
got
game.
and then Dave got mad, and then Dave tried to hunt me down for about an hour, and I killed him. I think.
Oh, it was not that long, and it was not 13 times.
Oh no, it was
No.
It was like an hour long
No.
thing. Like you were just chasing me. Like
Stop
and I
trying to
killed
make me
you.
look like a bad player.
You were really bad. 'Cause
No.
It was embarrassing because you kept trying
No.
to kill me. I kept headshotting you, and then it was like funny. But I'm like, I was kept telling you like, come on, Dave, just stop. Like you weren't saying anything. You just kept hunting me, and then eventually you killed me.
there's no way
Eventually,
Landon
like after like
too far.
maybe 30 between like 30 minutes to an hour, Dave finally kills me, and then he goes, okay, I'm gonna get off, go to bed. And then I was like, okay, that was really weird and uncomfortable.
The dynamics in our friend group is crazy because, like, we're all so
Insane.
toxic to each other.
It's a weird thing for Dave not to own that. Like
No, it's
he
not.
sucked so bad at like trying to kill me.
I did not suck that
but
bad.
I got that cowboy draw, man. I got that.
Okay.
That aim.
All right.
man.
You know what?
Okay,
Never mind.
okay. I know what really happened here. Landon's better at the game than Dave is,
And Dave
but
doesn't want
Landon's really annoying.
He's so annoying.
So they're both at fault.
He wasn't that much better though. Like he's saying it was like
No, I
13
was. It was like-
not, and it wasn't
no,
like
it was,
30
'cause
minutes
you
or an
tried
hour.
forever to kill
No.
me. You tried for so
No.
long, but like I was so good.
Yeah, okay. This is the stuff that makes like everybody want to kill you.
I remember it was at the point where I'm like, I just kept being like, man, is Dave actually gonna be able to kill me? And I'm like, I don't know. And then he got me.
Gosh,
I'm like,
dang
all right,
it.
well, that's and then Dave's like, I did it, I won.
No, that is not what happened.
He's like, Bree, I killed Landon. I avenged the deer hunter. By that time, though, it had been so long, those deer carcasses had rotted in the back of the cart.
Do you want me to say horrible things about you, Landon, on the show?
No, please.
I can,
No, please.
It's like depending on who's in a PlayStation party, the dynamics change like immensely.
That is true.
Like everyone's super toxic, and the toxicity levels change.
I would not
depending
say. I wouldn't say
I wouldn't
everyone is
say
super toxic.
everybody is
There
super
are
toxic.
varying levels
Like,
and tiers
and
of
you-
toxicity, Colby.
and for
And
like
I
the
would agree.
listener, and for the listeners, like you have to like clarify that like toxic is not actually like toxic.
Well,
It's
sometimes
more
it is.
Sometimes it
Sometimes,
is.
yeah,
But like you can't just say like everybody's so toxic to each other because that makes it sound like we're all like terrible people
See,
to
That
each
makes it
other.
sound
Which
like
when you
is
listen,
not true.
so
That
just
makes it sound like we're the gut of the Sarlacc.
So,
where
just
we're
to clarify-
eating
Oh
away
my
at
God.
two
Dude, yeah,
people's,
there's like Boba Fett in my
emotional armor.
stomach, man.
based off
Time
of
out.
Colby's description, and Will's description of how this works, you can tell Will is a much less toxic person in a party than Colby is, just based off of both of their definitions and explanations of what the
And their
toxicity is
faces.
like in a
I
party.
mean, just look at him.
Okay, Dave, so let's talk about this for a sec. Dave's the first person to call me toxic, but then he'll just like
No, you said it first.
drop
You said it
everything.
first.
He'll drop everything and just be toxic on the spot. Like all it takes is like one little thing, proven by Landon's story. If it's and
It's
like
not
I
a
said,
story. It was an accurate.
Also, I did not start it. Landon started it. This guy was like
Dave,
trying to like farm things in this game, and Landon goes,
I'm an outlaw. I killed.
"No, you
You
weren't."
sound like, well, Landon started it. That's what you sound like, dude.
That's what I said. He did start
He
it.
didn't want his deers stolen from him. Maybe he should have been able to defend
Deers.
himself better.
Deers.
I wrote up on that guy. I
Taking the
blew his
high road,
brains
man.
out.
Who's worse, Will?
Just
Will,
taking the
who's
high
worse? The one that starts it or the one that continues it?
It depends on how long it goes.
It went for
And-
about an hour.
and-
Dave.
It did not go for an hour.
There's like
Okay, I'm installing Red Dead right now.
Here's the thing. I think the person who starts it is worse, but like not by much.
Oh, that's fine. I can take that.
Oh my god.
See, that thinking is very toxic, Dave.
I'm not saying I'm not low on the tier list. I'm just saying Will is probably at the bottom and Colby is closer to the top, and I am in
I
between those
disagree.
two.
I disagree. I believe Will is at the bottom. I believe I'm probably middle.
No,
Oh, okay.
if everyone
I think-
disagrees with you,
You're wrong.
I actually think Landon's above me on the toxicity. Like
I don't think
What?
so.
That's
No.
a hot take. That's a hot
That is a
take.
hot take. That's a
I
steamy
feel
hot
Super.
take.
That's a garbage hot take.
dude, I
Should
feel,
we,
I feel like that's
is
truth.
it coning him or bowling him?
Oh,
Okay.
Seems like a great thing to end
let's
on.
change gears.
Yeah, yeah,
Let's
yeah.
change
Who's-
gears.
who
Talk
wants to
about
bring it
Conan
up?
Bowl.
Okay. Do you
I'll
mind?
bring it up.
Let's do either Landon or Cole because they were the most involved.
Mick,
in
the person who
Conan Bowl.
wasn't
I'm
there.
going to present to Mick. Okay, Mick. I'm
Yes.
just going to ask you a question.
I will answer.
You have planned a first date with a girl.
Okay, very improbable, but keep going.
Okay. The date
I cannot
is
relate to this.
the date is that you are going to go to an ice cream shop
Ooh, that's romantic.
and then walk around a park. What do you get? You go up to order your ice cream. Do you get it in a bowl or on a cone?
Cone.
Why?
Why?
Because, okay, first of all, a couple reasons. Cones, you can eat what you're holding, which is cool. If the bowl was edible, you can eat the bowl. That's cool.
Okay, so lack of garbage.
Like garbage.
Right answer,
environment
wrong reason,
stuff.
but okay.
It's just more comfortable to hold. You don't have to have a spoon or anything.
Mhm.
So you can just lick it or bite it if you're insane. Let's see. I personally like the way I eat a cone. I have a very specific way I eat a cone, so
Okay.
I can't do that with a bowl. Plus, who carries around a bowl and walks around?
Oh, so it's mobile, right?
It's mobile.
Yeah, mobile.
The cone is mobile.
The cone is mobile.
And not, I'm going to add, not saying that you would have to hold her hand on the first date, but if you get a bowl, that's off the table. There's no way you don't have you don't have a
Yeah.
hand free.
I mean, if I could, so I wouldn't walk around with a bowl of cereal on a date, but if I had those cereal bars, I would eat those on a same thing, right?
Okay, you're losing. You're losing me a little bit.
But yeah, no, I would always choose a cone, hands down.
Here's another
passed the
question,
test.
though. Here's another question, though. An interesting question that I'm more in the middle, but anyway, we'll get to that later. If you got a bowl, do you think a woman would totally be like, yeah, no, this isn't the guy, just because of your cone bowl choice?
What?
Do you think that your date's opinion is going to be changed by the cone bowl
This is a
choice?
loose argument. This part is.
No.
There you go.
I mean, if she does, then she's probably not the one for you.
Yep.
Because I don't know why you'd want to be with someone that would make a choice like that over a cone and bowl.
There it is.
I mean, if you choose a bowl, you're a maniac.
No,
but
I-
still,
I agree that the cone is more optimal. The cone is more optimal for the date. But I will put forward that it doesn't matter that much in the end.
I'm not saying it's a total deal breaker. The girl, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But She's gonna remember that.
So are you a bowl person?
I don't know if she's
Who's
gonna
a bowl?
remember that.
Are we all cones?
Our friend Jordan is a bowl guy.
I personally
He-
don't care. I prefer bowl for if you're sitting down for cone. If we're walking around, I'd probably get cone. But
It's
like
like
cone
the
I
all the
don't
time,
like.
man.
I really don't like it, because it melts fast and it gets on my hand. Like I really don't like
Just
ice cream on my
you gotta
hand.
eat it in the right way.
I would
Use
also
your
like to
licks
ask.
appropriately.
I would also, Mick, you
Yes.
let's say, so you go in, you're like, okay, I'll take a waffle cone. How many scoops are you getting and what flavors?
Okay, so for the ice cream place at Long Beach, it would be 1 scoop
One scoop.
because
okay.
it's technically like 3 scoops. At the
Right,
end.
right.
I don't like 2 scoops because it's
Remember, you're on a
it's-
first date.
Yeah, the improbable part of the
Oh
story.
my God.
Yeah.
You've
Yeah,
been
I
on
would- I
many
would do
first
one.
dates. Okay, don't pretend like you haven't.
Well, okay, so go on.
Michael's like face just went like, ah, crap. You
Yeah.
got me.
You've probably been on more
And
first
look-
dates than most
And
of
look
us.
at how they worked out. Really good. Yeah, I wouldn't do 2. I always do like 1 scoop.
A single scoop.
Yeah.
What flavor would you get?
Are we talking like soft serve or?
Um,
Because soft serve, I'll do vanilla.
no, not
Probably
soft.
like
classic scoop.
Like you're going to Ben
they're
and
going
Jerry's.
to put a scoop of ice cream, like a literal like ball of ice cream on top of the cone.
not
Yeah.
soft serve. Serve.
Not
hard
like
serve.
not like
Hard
pulling the
serve.
machine and twisting it around. No.
Not that liquid ice cream that Colby likes to talk about, but the solid ice cream that's real ice
Nope.
cream.
Yeah, real
Hey,
ice cream.
I like soft serve.
Dude, I like
great.
soft serve
It's
too,
really
but it's not real ice cream.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
How is it not?
It's just soft serve.
This is a different argument. We gotta.
Yeah. I was referencing a
about it.
different conversation.
Yeah, I know.
what flavor-
Yeah,
I really like cookies and cream.
Okay, so a nice.
it's a nice neutral
flavor.
choice.
Yes,
Yeah.
I wouldn't pick bubble gum or cotton candy,
Birthday
toothpaste, or
cake.
whatever. Birthday cake.
You know what? I'm myself, and that's all that matters. I'm confident in my self-worth.
That's great.
You're a bubblegum freak.
Good for you. Will.
Although, to be real, on a first date, thinking about it, I probably wouldn't get bubblegum or birthday cake ice cream. I'd
You
save
got
it for
it.
the
And that's
boys.
really what we're talking about. We're not talking about what you'd actually want to get or what down the road you'd get, but a
Talk
first
about what's
date
appropriate on a first
ice
date.
cream experience.
Right, because it's all about honestly, like image and like there's a sense of like self-control and like you don't want to like gluttony, right? You don't want to seem like a pig.
You don't want to seem like a pig, even though you,
You
are.
also
you're
don't want to
bearing it
eat
down
something
deep
that's
inside.
hard to eat
Yeah,
because
like if you got dinner, you like wouldn't order like a half rack of ribs or something.
Don't order ribs. Don't order spaghetti.
And if you
Yeah.
go to dinner, what do you get in the drink? First date.
Let's see. For a first date, I'd be really nervous. So
Mr.
I wouldn't
Pibb.
want anything. No, that would.
Probably water.
So Dr.
right?
Pepper and Mr. Pibb have the same effect on me that coffee does.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I know
okay.
Like
that.
3 sips and I'm like looking for
Which
a
is
bathroom.
surprising because you love Dr. Pepper.
I do. Yeah, I really do.
But go on.
I love
So,
coffee too. What was the question? What would I drink?
Yeah, like you like
It would be water.
water.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's the thing that has the least bubbly nerve effect on me.
I think for me, I'd see if my date orders their drink first and see, and I would get what they would based off what they would get. If they get an alcoholic drink, I'd probably get an alcoholic drink. If they get water, I get water.
If they get a
But if not,
a
I just
lemonade, you
default to
get a
water.
lemonade.
Yeah, kind of thing. Like I'd get something similar along the same lines.
What if
of
they get a
sweetness.
chocolate milk?
Maybe slightly different. They get a chocolate milk. Then
I think of it.
I don't know.
Depends on what
I've
we
never
are.
had that before.
Is
They
Will
get
like this
chocolate-
date's gonna go really well?
They get chocolate milk in a cone. What would you do?
Oh.
chocolate milk in a
In
cone?
a cone. What would
That
you
is
do?
disgusting. But I would help her drink it. Like,
Oh,
All right. Okay.
Whoa.
no, I
It's
bring up the
going
dinner thing
well.
because like that was like another the cone bowl debate kind of developed into more of a okay, like this is a like a principle thing. Like you don't want to seem like a pig or anything, and then
Yeah.
so
like
it transformed to like what are you gonna have for dinner?
the person on
and
the
the
other
wrong answer is 3 Dr. Peppers.
the person on the other side of this debate, friend of the show Jordan, he is
Jordan,
thinking in
we do love you.
like
if you're
strict
listening to
terms
this.
of like, yes, we do. We absolutely.
It's just
love
the
you.
conversation literally lasted like 20 to 25 minutes, which is really
Oh,
funny.
it was
so we,
way longer.
and,
than
and-
that.
and it just spawned
And
so
how
many other
times Jordan
conversations.
doubled down? How many times Jordan
just
doubled
about
down?
cone over bowl?
Yeah, it
Yes,
was a long,
literally,
like
Because
people
Jordan
were
was
yelling.
thinking, yeah, Jordan was thinking purely in what do I want. Literally, that's all he was thinking about is what do I want.
which is fair. Like if you go on more dates and then you're in a relationship, like you're comfortable, you can get whatever you want.
Sure.
But like for a first date, it's like you kind of have to.
You don't
I don't
throw
know,
it
like,
all
not
out there on
be
the first
out
date.
there. Yeah,
you like
yeah, yeah,
ease,
yeah.
You gotta
Exactly.
ease them
hide some of
into
your quirks.
yourself.
What if it's a bowl that has one scoop? Because it's all about, you're making the point of gluttony. The bowl could have just one scoop.
He said 2 scoops chocolate chip cookie dough. There may or may not be toppings.
And what he also said, like his, I'm talking about his entire way of thinking, right? He gets a bowl because he wants a bowl, not because of the
Not the
benefits
connotations
that a bowl
that
or cone
come
might
with the
have,
bowl,
or
you
that.
know.
And
Like-
you can wait
like,
and see what she
'cause
orders.
one of the things I would get a bowl of.
That's what
is,
I'll ask. So, Will, you made the point of, I'll wait for her to pick whatever, and I'll just get what she gets. If she gets a bowl, is that fine?
Well, I would say maybe it doesn't matter then. Is what I
Dude,
would.
if she
choose.
gets
Like,
a
I might
bowl, I'm
still
like,
get a
oh
cone.
gosh, she's not the one for me.
Yeah, I'd probably just leave.
If I let her go first,
I'm kidding.
if-
I'm
I'd be like,
kidding.
I'm not paying for this.
Yeah.
You
if
can pay
I
for your
let
own
her
stupid bowl.
order first, and she gets a bowl, I feel like I then default to a bowl, and then we sit down and eat ice cream, then walk around the park.
Yeah, that's a good play.
I feel like you just have to audible right then and there.
For me, like, I don't care what people get. Like, I'm not.
That's my
overthinking
biggest
it, like-
point. Is like it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Just go with the flow. Be flexible. It doesn't matter.
I'll get what I want to get because 1, cones are more fun to eat, and 2, it's just more mobile.
Yeah, but like I guess the general thinking of like you don't want to go like all out. You know, like you want to be a little
Yeah,
conservative, if that makes
For
sense.
me personally, that's how I feel. I don't care if other people get a giant bowl or whatever. Like, who cares?
Right.
Who cares?
Okay.
If
And then
you're
I-
on a
you know,
date with Colby, and Colby
No.
gets
Okay,
4
I can believe
scoop
this. This
banana
is probable.
split,
Yeah.
all
This is
toppings.
probable. I can picture this. Colby makes me nervous.
What?
1 scoop sugar cone, please.
Oh, sugar cone?
Those are only for
Yeah, you
children.
Yeah, you get waffle cones.
Sugar cones are the ones at McDonald's, right?
No, they have cake cones.
Or cake cones? What? What's a cake cone?
Cake cones.
Yeah, what's
Those
a
are like
cake
little
cone?
flaky ones.
What's a sugar cone?
It looks like a waffle cone, but it's not a waffle cone. You know, it's like
Yeah.
a very small
So the
one.
ones
It's
that-
like a regular
ones that-
ice cream cone.
So the ones
Nah.
at McDonald's aren't sugar cones?
No, those are cake cones.
Never heard of a cake
What?
cone.
What the hell?
I like those cones at McDonald's, whatever those are.
As a
The
mixed
cake
veteran,
cones.
That makes it sound like you're a meat veteran.
There's a lot of homoerotic energy in this podcast.
Well, all I know is Colby and I are going on an ice cream date.
I mean,
And
I'll go
Colby's
to ice
ordering
cream,
first.
But we're not going to call it a date.
No.
I'd get ice cream though.
You're ashamed to go on a date with Mick?
Do you want to walk around the park?
Well, I wouldn't go on a date with Mick.
That
So
really
you
hurts.
are ashamed?
No, I'm not single, Mick.
I ate a
The
Cheeto
timing's
out of your
wrong.
sock.
The timing's wrong.
Timing's wrong. Good answer.
In another life, Mick.
I'll wait. But yeah, cone. Just
Yeah,
'cause-
like when the
Yeah.
also
More optimal.
if I'm at
technically.
home, I probably won't because I don't buy cones.
well, yeah, you get
Yeah,
a bowl
yeah,
at
of
home.
course.
yeah.
But that's not the context.
And then the whole thing was like first date, and then like
No, Mick's first day. He's like, "Well, I have ice cream back at my place. So do you just want to like go to like have ice cream at my apartment?"
walk around my apartment.
it's like we can go to McDonald's and get cones.
Cake cones? No way.
Yeah, like when mobility was brought up, I was like a pro for the cone.
Yeah.
Friend of the show, Jordan said, "Well, if I'm going purely based on mobility, I'm getting a milkshake." And I was like, "That's the wrong." Like secret answer number 3 got worse because that's
Secret
not,
answer number 3.
because that's not
See, now I could
ice.
see
Like that's a milkshake. That's
milkshake
not
is
ice
not
cream.
ice cream. I would still say soft serve is
If-
ice cream.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
But
What's the difference?
soft serve is like what
Between-
comes out of the machine.
Right, all right, but it's at that point it's so soft.
Just
Milkshake and soft serve, they're like so similar.
Where does a Frosty fall in
I
the
dare
spectrum
you.
of all this?
I dare you to put soft serve in a cup the size of
And try and
what you would
drink
get
it.
with milkshake. Yeah, and try to drink it out of a straw.
I bet I could.
You can't. No, I'm telling you, I'll bet you money. We go to McDonald's, you get an ice cream cone, and you just put it in like a small soft drink cup, You take the cone out, you put a lid on it, and a straw.
How big's the straw?
McDonald's size straw.
Okay, McDonald's size straw? No, but I'm talking like, what about the boba straws? Like the boba
Yeah,
tea
you
straws?
don't. No.
You show up with your own straw to Walmart or McDonald's.
You just take like the tube that the paper towels are wrapped around.
But can I like mix it up at all, or does it matter? Because that's what I would do.
Yes,
is
but
I'd
it
like
can't
smash
melt.
it
But it
around.
can't melt.
Can't melt?
No, because then you're changing the consistency, and your argument is that they're like the same consistency.
Yeah.
They're like my argument is that they're just similar enough consistency that it's hard to tell the difference.
No, it's not.
You can't tell the difference between soft serve and a milkshake.
Go ahead and try. Also, try and put a milkshake
It
in
just
a cone
depends on
and
the
see if it
milkshake.
stacks on
I've
top.
had trouble. I've had trouble like drinking milkshakes from Sonic because they're so thick.
Well, yeah, they use real ice cream, like hard ice cream.
Yes.
What about Blizzards?
What?
Oh, Blizzard.
That's
That's
ice
ice cream.
cream.
That's a soft serve.
That's ice cream.
I think a Blizzard's a little bit thicker than a soft serve.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
a Blizzard you can turn upside down.
Yeah.
And
It's a
actually they
I'll
do.
turn it
I-
soft
I
serve
can,
upside
dude.
down.
I can make a cone at McDonald's. and
That
flip
makes
it
me
upside
nervous
down.
every time I see that. How's that done?
What,
How
like-
does it not fall out of the cone? Every time I see it, I'm like, it's just gonna fall into the giant vat of
Dude,
the
you're
chocolate.
like so concerned.
Every time. How's it sticking there?
If it does, I would always just take the scoop and then I would take it out and put it in a cup.
Does it fall in?
Every once in a while, if you do it wrong. There's a technique.
How?
I can't tell
I
you.
can't believe we've been on this
It's
topic
a-
for so long.
Big secret.
That sounds like a me secret.
Dude, I kind of want ice cream, guys. It's only, I know it's only noon.
Dude, I'd get ice cream after this.
Okay, how do you feel about frozen yogurt?
Oh, I love frozen
Do you
yogurt.
ever eat frozen yogurt out of a cone?
No.
No,
That seems weird,
always
right?
bowl.
Yeah,
that's-
always
that,
bowl.
that seems weird.
Only because that's how they present it to us.
Why does
we've
that
never,
seem weird?
We've never
Yeah.
been given the option.
We should do
because
a blind.
a
we
frozen
should do
yogurt's
blind
also a
taste
different
test.
consistency.
We should. Then
Then-
soft
then-
serve?
No, than
Hard ice cream?
hard ice cream. Yeah.
Yeah, it's because it's soft serve.
What?
Is there ever hard serve yogurt, frozen yogurt?
Maybe a sorbet. Or gelato. No, gelato's.
Gelato's ice cream.
Yeah.
Dave's like, I cannot believe we're having this conversation.
I can't.
It's a valuable
What are
conversation,
you
though.
guys' thoughts on sorbet?
I don't know if it's valuable,
Dude,
but
no.
it takes up time. Like that's.
Well, what else do you want to talk about, Dave?
Will wrote a review for a movie that we both saw.
Oh yeah.
Did you?
Yeah. So
Was it Spider-Man?
It's
'Cause
a
we already heard what
it's
you said about it.
1950, I think, is
Yeah,
the year that
1950.
released. Rashomon.
What'd you call
By
it?
Akira Kurosawa.
Yeah. So really
So
famous
as a
movie.
samurai?
Really, yeah. So it's a really
Samurai.
famous movie known for inventing a lot of like
The Rashomon effect or
yes.
syndrome. Rashomon syndrome.
yeah, and like I really recommend you watch the movie because it's best to go unspoiled. Like I don't want to talk about it too much. But I really enjoyed my time with the movie.
Good.
And I mean, I am going to make like a video about it. And
What
I'm
made you want to watch the movie?
What maybe want to watch? So I saw it on a list of like who done it like movies. So I, like
Oh,
on a
you
best
shared
who
that
done
list,
it, and
yeah.
I was like, oh, I want to watch some of these because I really like who done it movies.
Have you seen the Who Done It? Abbott and Costello?
No,
Is that on the list? That should be on the list.
no. Anyway,
No, let's talk about Abbott.
anyway, so I watched this movie and I'm actually planning to like write a review for it, and I already wrote the review. I'm just editing it right now and just adding in more content to it. And then
So this is your next video?
This is my next video. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
So it'll be about this movie, and it's going to be a lot shorter. I'm hoping to have it out by this month's kind of busy for work, maybe by the end of next month or by middle of next month.
Mhm.
And it's a unique movie, and I don't know if Dave can back this up, but it's unlike anything like I've seen. I don't know if it's unlike anything Dave's seen. It's unlike anything I've seen.
Dave has
which
seen it, though.
is crazy because
watched
it's
it
a
last night.
it's a 1950s film, and it's been 70 years since it came out, and there's nothing quite like it. Like there are similar things, definitely, but there's nothing quite like its tone. It's the way it kind of builds a story.
I think you can talk about it enough without like spoiling some things, but like the movie is these guys who are like sitting in these ruins of this town called Rashomon, and they're basically this other third guy shows up and these two guys are really distraught, and the third guy is like, what's going on? You know, why are you guys so upset? And these guys start telling this story of something that happens. So the framework of the movie is it's these guys telling a story about something else that happens, but in the thing that something else that happens, it's all these characters giving testimony about a very specific event. But as each person gives testimony, you kind of just get some different flavors of this event that happens. But it takes place in like old Japan, I think in like the 800s or 900s or something like that. So there's samurai and bandits and stuff like that.
Well, I don't know why I have to watch the movie. Dave just basically said everything about it.
No, I just kind of explained the framework.
You said like the first 5 minutes.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
but yeah,
What's the film called again?
it's called Rashomon.
Rashomon.
It's on HBO Max.
It's on HBO Max. Yeah.
It's on HBO Max.
It's probably like 90 minutes
believe.
long or something. But it's
Yeah,
I don't know if you guys have seen any other Kurosawa films.
Ice Cream and Rashomon date.
I haven't seen any other Kurosawa
But
films.
he's like very well known for his samurai films from
I mean,
50s,
it's-
60s.
Like
in
George
particular.
Lucas was highly
Influenced.
influenced by them for
Yeah.
Star Wars and
His
stuff.
movie Yojimbo is the movie that was the original movie that Fistful of Dollars was remade of, which was the first movie in the Dollars trilogy that has the good, the bad, and the ugly. So he influenced his samurai films influenced all these spaghetti western films, which have since gone on to influence a lot of other films in history. So like Mick was saying, a lot of like lightsaber stuff, duels, and like kind of like even the Way of the Jedi was heavily influenced on Kurosawa's interpretation and portrayal of samurai in his films. And so
And also like what's the movie called? The Seven
Seven
Magnificent
Samurai.
Seven. Yeah, Magnificent Seven it's basically
A ripoff.
well, like
Or
like the fistful
remake.
yeah, it was like a
remake
remake of The Seven Samurai, which is also a very good. That movie's long, but that's a very good movie. But yeah, I've seen Yojimbo, the sequel to that, Seven Samurai, and now this Rashomon, and I've enjoyed all of his movies. So I would recommend checking out some of them if you haven't. I would start with Yojimbo because I think it's probably his most well known.
Yo, Jimbo.
Jimbo from South Park.
I mean, and
Hey,
he
Jimbo.
he also uses like the same actor in a lot of stuff. So the bandit Wil, Toshiro Mifune, he plays like the main character in Yojimbo. So he's like the man with no name
Gotcha.
who comes into this town and like
He was a pretty good actor in Rashomon.
yes, yeah, all the acting I
Yeah,
thought was very
I was like,
good.
wow.
In
Yeah.
Rashomon, but the story's great because there's not a ton of characters in it, so there's not a lot you have to follow, and it's kind of just
In
this,
Rashomon or Yojimbo?
Rashomon.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
So there's not a lot of characters you have to follow, but really it's about kind of like perceptions of truth and
Justice.
kind of sort of. I would say
It's like, and it's one of the cool things is it's not about
In
like
800s Japan.
it's not about as much as what happens. It's also about why it happens. I think Dave, you understand when I say that now, like why I say that after seeing the film.
Mm-hmm.
And it does a really, really good job of actually like portraying that.
it is highly recommended. But the reason I had not seen it before, Will sent me his script for his video to like proofread. So I read it, sent back some notes, and I told him I want to watch this movie now based off of what you wrote because you made it sound interesting enough that I want to go watch this movie. So, and then I watched it and I really enjoyed it. So,
Cool. Yeah. I guess my review worked.
it
then.
worked. It did. It worked very well.
I highly
What you wanna
recommend the
happen?
film.
Well,
need
I
to watch
asked
this-
Will, I was like,
this
is the
Kane,
purpose
yeah.
of this to like get people to watch the movie? Because Will actually doesn't like talk a lot about the movie in it. He talks more about like his watching experience of the movie. And
Yeah.
just from that
That's good 'cause
alone,
you don't want to spoil.
yeah, from that alone, it made me very intrigued. The movie I would describe it to, or say it's similar to, is Citizen Kane, which I don't think Will has seen, which I recommended. You guys also probably should watch that movie too. It is older.
Never
from
heard of it.
Gosh,
I'm just kidding.
It's from 1941 or 1942. Whoa! And it's generally been regarded as like the best movie of all time, and there are reasons for that. So
Better than
better
Lost
than
Baby
The Last
2.
Jedi.
Thor: The Dark
Isn't it
World.
Suicide Squad?
So I would recommend checking that out, and Will especially
Cool.
because of kind of the connections with like truth and perceptions of truth and stuff like that.
Justice.
So
I'm super excited to watch Citizen Kane.
yeah,
because that'll like I might actually like because my review of Rashomon's shorter, and so I was thinking maybe like I can even like
you can build on it,
I can watch Citizen Kane and then I can decide, hey, do I want to like combine these reviews? Do I want to compare and contrast them? Do I want to like? There's a lot of flexibility for how far I want to take this review. It's one of the cool things about not having like a strict deadline to get like a video out or having a.
I thought you said you worked
it's
better
like-
with deadlines.
Well, I always try to put a deadline on it so that I actually like work towards something, but that's why I say it's helpful not to have a strict deadline where it's like I have to have it done by this point.
Okay,
But
you're excused. You're excused then.
thanks. I appreciate your validation of my confusing way I think about things.
Yes.
You are welcome.
Okay, Robot Colby.
Oh yeah,
You're
No.
I thought you were Robot Will.
no,
Not
it's
anymore.
been transferred.
Oh.
It's been transferred to another host.
I got my emotion chip, so I'm now human.
My emotion chip.
It's a Next Generation reference. Never mind.
So
I've never seen Star Trek.
It's good.
it's a good.
It's a good.
Back to robot you go.
No.
I know. I wanted to be a human.
Yeah, I thought that was like Italian Will.
Your robot is Italian.
Yeah, it's a good.
So, what else do we have on the plate?
Nothing.
Oh, I watched all of Arcane.
Oh,
Well-
I have to watch Arcane. I have to. I just finished.
You should watch
My show.
Arcane and do a video on that.
Yeah, I could.
You could. Dave, what'd you think of it?
It was fun. I really liked it.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
All right, that's good. Cool. Good for you, Dave. Way to support.
have you seen Arcane?
I watched 2 minutes of the first episode.
Nice.
Why'd you stop?
I was like, I got other things I haven't finished yet. So then I backed out. Watched something else.
What'd you watch?
Don't remember.
What?
An episode of The Americans, I think, which I just don't think I'm going to finish that show. So
Okay.
I'll watch it at some point. Haha.
Arcane was really good. I initially made fun of Michael for watching it because it was a League of Legends show, but there's like nothing, because I too know nothing about League of Legends, and you don't have to know anything about that going into the show. And for all I know, it's like not connected at all. I mean, I haven't looked into that, but it essentially follows these sisters, like these two sisters that are like, and their relationship between each other is kind of like the cornerstone of this show, Will. So if you like relational stories, then I think that's maybe why Michael was telling you should watch this show, because
Cool.
that's like the whole crux of the show is the relationship between these two sisters.
Yeah. It's just really fleshed out, and I gave it like a 10 out of 10.
It's a cool show. The world reminded me kind of like Dishonored, the world from
That's
Dishonored.
pretty cool.
Let's see what else. Music was good. Yeah, it was. I thought the voice acting was really good too for
Yeah.
a video game TV show.
What's her face? Haley Steinfeld.
Haley Steinfeld.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who is she? Is she the main character?
Is she a singer?
She's in Hawkeye. She's the
She's-
Kate Bishop.
she's
the
Kate
main-
Bishop.
Yeah.
Kate
Yeah.
Bishop.
And she's in she's Spider Gwen in Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, cool.
What were you going to say, Colby?
I'm going to look it up myself before I sound stupid.
She's also in a really good movie called Edge of 17. I don't know if anybody's seen that.
Isn't that a
is
song?
a phenomenal movie. What?
Isn't that a song by Stevie Nicks?
I don't know.
Just
She was
like
also
that
in-
one
she was also in
we
Bumblebee.
do.
Yeah.
Okay, I asked if she was also like a singer, an artist, and she is.
Yeah, she is. She just does her music too.
Okay.
But you had to
That's
look
what I
that up,
asked.
Colby. So
Any
now
other,
we think you're stupid
Any
for
other
looking that
stupid
up.
questions you're going to ask?
I didn't actually hear you ask the question. I heard
No, I
I'm like,
asked,
okay.
and then nobody said anything. I was like, oh, dude, maybe she's not. I just recognized the
Well,
name, but I'm so bad
this
with
is-
actors.
This is the thing.
actresses.
This is like I actually just didn't hear you. Like I didn't mean to ignore you. So
No,
I
it's okay.
apologize.
Like his hearing chip wasn't
I
working.
think
Yeah.
we all said something at the same time.
My chips are overloaded.
Sounds like you need some dip, Will.
Yeah,
Uh,
some French onion dip.
Oh gosh.
So good.
Oh, I love French onion dip.
Or cream cheese and chive.
Oh,
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 Yummy.
yeah.
or that cookie dough cream cheese dip that Brendan brought.
Ooh, that was amazing. That was incredible.
Yeah, it was good.
Do you guys like goat cheese?
No.
I don't think so.
What?
Goat
Really?
cheese is
I'd have to try it again to give it an honest.
disgusting.
I love goat cheese. I love
It
goat
tastes
cheese.
like a wet dog smells.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Will.
I really like the taste.
Will.
What?
Brianna loves goat cheese.
Yeah, goat cheese is really good.
I like it, but I do not like it. To the
Another
level that
thing
she
Brie and
does.
I agree on.
Yeah.
Add it to
Will's
the
like, that
list.
makes
Add to
two
the list.
things.
Well, yeah. Okay. Well, I don't Brie and I don't disagree on that much, actually.
He's turning into a bird.
he's like the teacher from Jimmy Neutron.
I was going to say that. What's her name?
Miss Fowl or Mrs. Fowl or something like that.
Fowler.
Shane, this is the 4th time you showed Ultron this week. Or Ultra Lord. My action figure, Ultra Lord.
Oh, she was the girl in the remake of True Grit.
Yes, she was.
Oh, okay. I guess that's the only other thing I've seen her in, but she was good in Hawkeye. Like, to go
Yeah.
back
Yeah.
to Hawkeye, she was.
Really good.
Yeah.
She was good.
Did you guys finish that show, or
I have finished it, yes.
No, but I'm going to start WandaVision this weekend.
What?
Dude, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
I'm disappointed.
I really like WandaVision, actually.
I heard it was the
If you
best
don't
one.
have any spoilers, it's a really good
I
experience.
literally know nothing.
Okay, cool.
I like
Yeah.
WandaVision.
Because I don't think
a lot.
we're far enough into the MCU that it's gotten spoiled by other movies yet. Because it's branching out
getting
so
there.
much.
It's
We're
going-
getting there.
yeah.
It's getting close.
That's why
With
I'm trying to jump on it.
Doctor Strange, it's going to be close.
Is there like
but
an order that I should watch the miniseries?
release
release
order.
order? Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Did WandaVision come out first?
Yeah,
Yes.
WandaVision's the first one.
WandaVision,
And then
Falcon,
Yeah.
Loki, Hawkeye.
You
Okay.
unfortunately can't skip Falcon.
Huh?
You unfortunately can't skip Falcon because
Yes,
it
you
has some
can.
pretty important things that go on in it.
You can.
I listened to your the podcast. If you guys just like spoiling it for me
Yeah.
Oh,
You don't
okay.
need to
Well, you
watch
can
it.
probably skip
on
Falcon.
an episode that I wasn't on.
I
Falcon's
think
my
there are
least
some
favorite
fun
Disney
moments
Plus
in that show that
miniseries.
it's still worth it. Like I would still. It's not the best one. It's probably the worst out of the 4.
Absolutely.
But I would still recommend watching it because there are
How'd you
some
guys rank-
really cool moments that are worth it.
How would you guys rank the series? For me, Falcon's dead last, then Loki, then Hawkeye, then WandaVision.
I think that'd be my order.
Yeah,
except
probably.
I would
go
swap Loki
top to
and
bottom.
Hawkeye. I think
I'll
Really?
give you guys I'll give you guys a list when I'm done.
Yeah, I would go
in 3 years.
WandaVision, Hawkeye, Loki, Falcon Winter Soldier.
Same as me.
And I really like,
And a big gap between Loki and Falcon.
yeah, and a big gap between Loki and
Hawkeye.
which is surprising because I think out of all of them, besides WandaVision, Hawkeye or Loki was like, this looks really good, and it kind of, for me, it just fell apart pretty quick.
Well, yeah. Well, for me, Loki, it's like we've already talked about this like half a year ago, but it's like
That's
the
6
show has
months.
its flaws. But I'm not going to knock the whole show because of some pretty critical flaws. Like there's there's definitely a lot of parts of the show that it's good, you know?
Yeah, but it does affect how you like rate the show.
Yeah, but it's like I'm not going to throw out the baby with the bathwater, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Yeah.
You murder!
Murderer.
Oh yeah, I remember Mick was way more critical of Loki than the rest of us were, and we
Yeah.
were all kind of confused why. But yeah, I guess
the
I
only
forgot
thing
about that.
Like
'Cause
I wish it
like
was
Loki a
longer,
lot. I like
which is
Loki a lot.
weird.
But didn't Hawkeye just come out? Isn't that?
Yeah, Hawkeye just came out
It just finished last like 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. Yeah, the couple days before Christmas was the last
Yeah,
episode.
That's
It was
what
awesome.
I thought.
Yeah,
After
it has
Christmas.
two of like it has 2 great characters in it. I think Kate Bishop and how many?
Hawkeye.
Well, I don't know how much of a spoiler it is to say this person shows up.
I liked her a lot.
Yes. Yeah.
And I like the chemistry between the 2 characters.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. But yeah, so she's like one of my favorite characters now. Like I didn't like her that much in another film that she's in, but like okay, I didn't like her that much in Black Widow.
She's
but,
a
like,
Russian spy.
But in Hawkeye, she's pretty cool, Yelena. So
Yeah, I have not seen Black Widow, so I didn't see her. But
Don't watch it. That
Man,
movie sucks,
that's
dude.
she's okay.
but her
like she's like
her
one of the only
interaction-
I thought it
highlights.
was okay.
her
I didn't
interaction
think it sucked.
and chemistry with Kate Bishop, I thought was really fun. I liked that
Yeah.
a lot.
Okay. I think it
Yeah.
could
That movie's
5.5 or
bad.
6.
Wow. Okay. Your opinion on film is now.
Wait, what did he say?
He said Black Widow's a 6 out of 10. The movie's like a 3.
I mean,
I didn't think it
you
was
think
that
it's a
bad.
3.
Yeah.
Maybe
Colby
maybe
can
for
think
Colby it
it's
was
a
an
6, and that's
IGN
fine.
6. So
Oh, yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Are you an IGN 6 out of 10?
Dude, I myself am an IGN 6 out of
I'm
10,
an IGN
unfortunately.
8.5. So that's like a regular.
Too much
I
water.
feel like Landon's like a
5 out of
7.8 out of 10. IGN 7.8.
They actually don't give
Too
point.
much water.
They do like even round numbers now.
Really?
Yeah. They're on a 10-point system.
I feel like
Scoring
I
system.
am a
I feel like
Dave Portnoy 7-2.
I feel like that's hard though, because sometimes there are truly games that are like halfway between an 8 and a 9 that I would say. I'm like, it's
Also,
better than an 8, but it's not as good as a 9. in my
Scoring
opinion.
games in general is stupid.
That is true.
So.
That's why I like video essays.
All right. And on that note,
Yep.
does anybody have anything else?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm also good.
Cool. Well, I think that's the episode.
This week's episode was brought to you by Macaroni and Cheese.
What?
not any particular brand.
Just
Not
in
the
general,
food
just
itself.
just the
Just
the food,
mac and
yeah,
the cheese.
the cheese and
I love
and,
mac and cheese.
and the milk that you mix with the noodles
And it makes this noise.
yeah.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Oh,
We'll be
Bye.
back
cut that out.
next
Cut
week.
that out.
Bye.
Bye.
I salute you, soldiers.
Bye.
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 Farewell.
Farewell. So long. Farewell. Love you to say goodbye.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of the Hotkeys podcast. You can find us on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, CastBox, YouTube, and other podcasting platforms. Visit our website, www.hotkeyspodcast.com. Follow us on Twitter at Hotkeys Podcast and join our Facebook group at facebook.com/HKHotkeys. Please like and review us and subscribe to the show on whichever platforms you use. Finally, you can contact us via email at hosts@hotkeyspodcast.com.